She trained some pretty big celebrities.
Deepika Padukone, Katrina Kaif, Alia Bhatt, Hrithik Roshan, Hardik Pandya, they're all her clients.
I'm passionate about what I do. That's the only way you can succeed in life.
Why did you bring Pilates to Dubai?
It was love at first experience. I heal people of their pain through movement. It was invented by a man for soldiers. All the men, athletes, actors, they all understand the benefit of Pilates, but your normal husbands, they don't see the benefit of Pilates.
Pilates is a combination of mind and body.
Our oldest client was an 85-year-old man.
Pilates is perfect for everyone.
Welcome to another episode of The Fix by CurryFit. I'm Vanessa and we're here today with Shazia Qureshi, the founder of PAD Pilates and Dance. It's great to be here, Shazia. Thank you so much for having us over. Let's dive right in. Why Pilates? What motivated you to get into Pilates?
I used to say I fell into Pilates, and now I say I rose into Pilates. I was never a workout person, a gym person. I've always had a weight issue since a very young age, but I've always gone for diets, and I've gone to nutritionists and diet plans, and that's how I've kind of tried to lose weight. Yasmin obviously is my aunt, so growing up I've always seen her being the celebrity trainer who everybody is. She's the most sought after trainer in India. And
she trains some pretty big celebrities.
Yes, she does. So like Deepika Padukone, Katrina Kaif, Alia Bhatt, they're all her clients.
Amazing.
And she's also done like Hrithik Roshan, Hardik Pandya, so men and women combined. The biggest fights we would ever have are, she would tell me, why aren't you coming to the gym? And I'd be like, I really hate the gym. I hate working out. So when I moved to Dubai 7 years ago, I come from a business family. So I knew I wanted to start something of my own. And she told me, why don't you open my franchise in Dubai? I said, yeah, sounds like a great plan. I want to run a business anyway. I'll run your business. And then she threw like this curveball at me. And she was like, okay, if you want to run my business, you also have to become a Pilates instructor. And I was like, are you crazy? I literally hate anything to do with fitness. Why would I get into something I don't like? And it was her condition. She said, if you want to open my studio, you have to become an instructor. And she had her own reasons behind it. And so she took me to Arizona to study Fletcher Pilates with her over there. It was love at first experience, honestly. I fell straight in love with the way the movement was taught, the quality of movement, the detail which went into it. It was the flow of it. It was so beautiful and it just connected so deeply. And now I kind of heal people of their pain through movement. So I like I said, it came into my life and I never expected to do it, but I can't now imagine myself doing anything else.
That's amazing. Following up on that, you mentioned that helping them through their pain, so helping them with their pain. So is it right to say that Pilates helps with pain management and helps people with a recovery from maybe injuries or other things? How does that work?
The man who invented Pilates, Joseph Pilates, he invented it during World War I when he was at an internment camp. So he's German. He was in Britain in an internment camp, and all the injured soldiers, German soldiers who were with him, he started training them in Pilates. So it actually came out as a form of rehabilitation. That's how it started for soldiers who were injured. And so he would like take the springs out of the hospital beds and put them on the poles and then start making them do exercises with those springs to help them rehabilitate injured arms or legs. And that's how the reformer came about. And then that's how the Cadillac came about. And in a door frame, he would add springs, and that's how the pedal came about. So every equipment that you see is actually a household item that he transformed to help injured people. And that's what, even when he opened a studio in New York with his wife, Clara Pilates, they used to train lots of dancers. And the dancers would get injured because they'd be dancing 10, 12, 15 hours a day. And then they would come to the Pilates studio, they would do Pilates, and they would go back, and their dance instructors would be like, what did you do? Like, suddenly your movement is so much better. They'd be like, we just did Pilates, you know? So it started as a way for rehab, and today it's become a fad, and everybody kind of wants to do Pilates, but it is definitely helps in injury prevention as well as coming back from an injury.
Great.
Yeah.
So this is something, and it's safe to do during pregnancy as well, and helps with postpartum recovery. Do you get a lot of pregnant women or people in postpartum here in your sessions?
Yeah, so we have specific classes because they can't jump into normal classes. And a lot of our classes, we're lying on our belly, and if you're pregnant, you obviously can't do that. So we have prenatal classes specifically for women who are pregnant and to help them through their journey. And then we have postnatal, because after you've delivered, you've been there, you kind of
Ab
have a ab
separation.
separation, a diastasis recti. So just to kind of get that back together, we do very specific work just on that. So we've recently started our postnatal classes.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Is this something you can also try at home?
Pilates can be done anywhere. I like to think of Pilates as a set of principles that if I take these set of principles and I go to the gym, I can do Pilates with gym equipment, right? Joseph Pilates invented it on the mat. So mat Pilates is something you can do anywhere. A lot of people couldn't get into those positions that he wanted them to get into on the mat. So he invented equipment to make it easier for people to be able to do mat Pilates.
Okay.
Right. So, for example, if I asked you to lie down, Nessa, and have your feet straight up in the air and then make circles with your legs,
That's hard.
really hard work.
Yes.
And you'll be able to make like 3 or 4, and then your abs would hurt, and maybe your back would hurt, and your knees would be bent because your hamstrings are tight, and
Yes.
like a million other things would happen, right? Versus if I put you onto the reformer, which I will shortly, and put your legs up in the air and put straps on them, you can suddenly do 10 circles one way and 10 the other way, and you're still getting the benefit
Because
of it.
you have this
Because you
additional
have the
support.
So that's the difference. Can you do reformer Pilates at home? If you have a reformer, sure. A lot of the celebrities actually have reformers in their houses now because they want to practice and they don't want to go anywhere. Pierce Brosnan, Cristiano Ronaldo, a lot of the Hollywood celebrities as well, all of them have Pilates equipment in their house, in their own gyms as
That's
well.
actually really interesting because I was going to ask you: is it common? Do you see a lot of men in Pilates as well now, or is it
No.
still a very sort of female-dominated?
So this is my goal for this year. I want to get more men into Pilates classes. It's ironic because all the men that have the best bodies, all the cricketers, the athletes, the actors, they all understand the basketball players, right? They all understand the benefit of Pilates and they all do it. But your normal man, all our husbands, they don't see the benefit of Pilates. They're like, no, that's for women. It's really not. It was invented by a man for soldiers.
For soldiers, yeah.
Right? So it's clearly not for women. It's spread as something for women because dancers did it
Yeah.
and gay men did it. So
Yeah.
it was like, it's for,
And then I think urban media and the TV just popularized it as something women did
Exactly.
when they got together with their friends or for a coffee, etc. That's what
Yeah.
you see in the movies. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of misinformation.
No,
Yeah.
but it's a lot more than that. My favorite actually moments of teaching is when I have a man in my class who's never tried Pilates before and they come in with like this little bit of air of like, what is this?
But they're
Kya
not
hai
very
ye?
flexible in comparison.
No, forget the flexibility. It's like the strength. The strength part of it is when they start shaking, like they're literally, their legs are shaking and they're laughing because they're like, what's going on? We go to the gym like 4 times a week, 5 times a week. We're pumping hard. And suddenly I've come to this Pilates class and I'm shaking, So it's my favorite moments.
So Pilates is a combination of mind and body. So you have to concentrate on the movements that you're doing as well, right? How does that benefit people mentally and physically? What are the benefits of Pilates?
It's a very meditative form of movement. Unlike a lot of other forms where your mind can wander and be distracted, with Pilates, the equipment is constantly moving and it's unstable. That instability forces you to stay in the moment, have awareness of where your body is going, have control over what your body is doing, have the centering to be able to balance. So all of these kind of fundamentals of Pilates have to come together for you to be able to successfully perform an exercise. It's actually quite a beautiful dance almost. The thing that leads every single Pilates class is the breath. And in Fletcher Pilates specifically, we have a breath that you can hear. So in every class, you'll hear a and that exhale is what will keep the entire class together, right? And so that constant inhale and exhale, we don't breathe that deeply in life. So when you come into class and for 50 minutes, you're just every single time you're inhaling and exhaling consciously, it oxygenates your entire body. It oxygenates your brain. You can come in feeling like your energy is at like 0 and you leave feeling like your energy is at like 120. So it really, really helps in that as well.
So what are the different levels in Pilates? Is it like you go through certain levels and you keep advancing?
To be honest, from a client side of things, yes, we have to have we have a reformer level 1 and a reformer level 2 and a stretch class and then a strength class on the mat. And then we have, you advance to different equipments and mix and match and 2 equipments and 3 equipments in one class and you keep advancing. As an instructor and as a teacher, advancing in Pilates is going deeper into the most basic movements. If I say I'm an advanced practitioner, can I do my most basic bridge and feel a crazy burn in just 2 reps because I know how to activate my muscles in that, right? And that to me is an advancement. So when I have clients who have been with me a really long time, if you see me train them, you'll be looking and saying, what are they doing? It looks like they're doing nothing, but my clients are sweating, right? Because they've learned how to activate a muscle, and I'll be like, okay, can you activate this muscle and then do this small hip tilt and then do this and then push away? And it looks like they're just doing a push back. But they've worked so hard for that push back that one rep is an advanced rep.
What would you say is the key difference between yoga and Pilates then?
So when Joseph Pilates invented Pilates, he was inspired by many different forms of movement. Yoga was one of them. So you will find a lot of similar poses on the outskirts. Like you'll be like, this looks exactly the same as a yoga pose. The one key difference is, of course, Pilates has equipment and yoga doesn't. But the second thing is, approach is completely different. The intention of why you're doing both is different. So people do yoga from a more spiritual, centering kind of point of view also, right? You want to kind of go deeper within yourself. You want to get calmer. You want to hold your poses. Yes, for flexibility and strength, but there's a lot, like if you look at yoga and where the history of yoga comes from, the actual movement part of it is a small part. There's so much more theory behind why these movements exist. Also like healing your liver and your kidney and your lungs and all of that. With Pilates, it's very simple. Efficient body movement. How do we move our body so that when you and I are sitting here having a conversation, I can hold my body in a way that I'm not straining to stay upright, but my muscles are helping me stay here, right? Posture, as is the kind of new fix word and the new keyword that they have today. Can you control your posture? No, you can't control your posture. Your posture is automatic. So when you're sitting here, and if you're sitting here like this, it's because you've strengthened your body enough to be able to be here. Otherwise, your body is going to get super tired being here for an hour where you're trying to sit up straight and your body is not actually holding you here, right? So Pilates does that. It helps you strengthen the muscles to keep you upright, to keep you fit, to keep your body perfectly balanced and injury-free. And that is, we don't claim to heal like kidney disease and liver disease as yoga does. You'll become more flexible, but you'll also become stronger.
That's great. Would you suggest Pilates in combination with other workouts like strength training or cardio or anything? Or would you say just Pilates 3 times a week and you have the perfect workout schedule?
No, I think it depends. Honestly, everybody's body is different, Vanessa. So for me, for example, I am a hypermobile person, which means I have extremely bendy joints. If you see this, like my hand kind of goes out like this. My knees do the same thing. I can like sit here and like get my leg up here, and I can do all these crazy, cool, flexible things. It's actually really bad for my joints.
Yeah.
So even though I'm a Pilates instructor,
I
need to strengthen and I need to make sure that my big muscles are working hard. For someone who is like into sports, they already do a lot of strength training, but their smaller muscles need a lot more love. So for those people, the Pilates is great. So I think a combination is always the best. If you just do too much of one thing also, it's not good. Having said that, we have people who do Pilates 5 days a week and dance 2 days a week, and the pad is everything that they do in life.
So for someone who is wanting to start, someone who wants to start on Pilates, I'm sure there's a lot of questions that they have, right? Like, for example, where do we start? Is it the right fit for me? And how to keep yourself motivated? What advice would you give people?
The first thing I would say is come try a class. Most studios, when we opened 6 years ago, there were 15 studios in Dubai. Today, 6 years later, there's about 70 Pilates studios in Dubai. So it's really mushroomed out and it's really grown. And so most studios offer a free trial class, So my suggestion is go try a class. You'll never know. You can listen to as many podcasts of people speaking about it. But it's like me telling you how great the gym is and you've never visited it. You don't understand, right? It's the same for Pilates and any movement form. You have to go try it to see if it works for you or not. And within one class, some people say it's for me and some people like fall in love. And some people are like, it's just not for me. And that's fine, not everything is for everyone. But if it's for you, then your instructor the beauty of also Pilates is you're not doing it by yourself. You're always led by an instructor. So then your instructor has the responsibility of kind of taking you through the journey of advancing you, of making sure that you're doing something harder than the last time, of constantly making each class a challenge. You shouldn't walk out of any class feeling like, that was easy. Every class has to be some
work
challenge.
all your muscles.
Yes.
You should
Yes, it's
strengthen
always
your
a full body
movements.
workout. We never kind of say, okay, today is leg day. It's always a full body workout. We work the core a lot. And for us, the core isn't just your center, which is like your abdominal muscles. Well, the core in Fletcher Pilates, we always say the core is the center. Like, you know how in the apple you have a core which
Like
is
an
in the
axis.
center? Exactly. It's your axis of your body. It starts from your feet, goes through the middle of your body, all the way out through the top of your head. And you have to work around that center. And when that center is strong, is when you truly have strength in your body. Because if I constantly working my core, that's actually shortening me and making me smaller. But what I want to do is be longer, taller, and stronger to move through life.
What do you think is the right age to start something like Pilates? Is there an age, or anyone can? What
Our
would you
youngest
say?
client is 5 years old. She comes for privates. She doesn't need to, but she does. We also have a 13-year-old athlete who plays tennis who comes to us. And our oldest client here was an 85-year-old man.
Wow. So Pilates is for everyone.
It's literally all ages, through all ages. In fact, Salim Khan does Pilates with Yasmin. His wife Helen does Pilates with Yasmin. They're all 80 plus, and they all
So
do
doesn't
Pilates.
age is not really.
No, in fact, if you go to the studio where we studied in Arizona, the average age of the people in that studio is 85. Average. Wow. Which means there are 92-year-old women and men who are working out in group classes next to you, doing these crazy, I was like looking at this lady next to me, being like, how old are you? She's like 92. I was like, how are you moving like this? It's insane. She's like, oh, it's Pilates, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, Pilates really helps you
Because you
age
have that
gracefully.
additional support as well, right?
Yes.
And what other medical conditions does Pilates help with?
Any kind of joint or muscle related illnesses or injuries, all movement is really good, as long as it's with someone who you're doing it with someone who knows what they're teaching you, right? So whether you're doing strength training or you're doing Pilates, it's really, really good for you. With Pilates, the thing is it's a low impact form of exercise, right? So you're not working out super hard where at the end of it you're like, oh my God, I'm injured and I can't walk for a week, or I'm so sore I can't walk for a week. It's working your bodies in such a gentle way, and it's strengthening your body in such a gentle, gradual way that I personally prefer it, even though I do strength training because I have to for my body. I much prefer Pilates and enjoy Pilates. For people who have arthritis, beautiful, brilliant, low impact form of exercise on their joints. For people with pain, I actually highly recommend it as well. Neck pain, knee pain, shoulder pain. A lot of times, of course, please go to physiotherapists if you need to, and not demeaning or
Get medical
that.
advice.
Get medical
Always.
advice. But a lot of times, a shoulder and neck problem isn't a problem in your shoulder and neck. It's a problem with how your hips or your feet are moving, right? And so with Pilates, we always look at the entire body. And once you start moving one part, the other part automatically heals and fixes itself. So one of my clients had neck pain for 15 years, chronic neck pain. And after working with me for 4 months, she said, we worked on her hips. Her neck pain had gone, but what she also said to me was, I had insoles, but now those insoles don't fit anymore because my feet have changed. Wow. Right? So that is something
So
that
can your feet change the shape of your feet
absolutely.
with Pilates?
Mine have. Yeah,
That's
very much
crazy. So flat-footed people, that's a very common problem right now, right? And flat-footedness causes a variety of issues, from hip pain to back pain so is Pilates something that they should try?
Yes. So can you only do Pilates and fix it? No, I would highly recommend getting support for your soles as well. But a lot of the problems of flat feet come from, the inner thigh, the inner part of your leg not working correctly and kind of that loosening up. And we can definitely work that in Pilates and really help kind of not fix it, but make it a lot better.
So we're doing something we've never done on The Fix before. We have invited a third person into our podcast. With us is celebrity fitness trainer Yasmin Karachi Vala. She has trained Deepika Padukone, Alia Bhatt, Katrina Kaif, just to name a few. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thanks so much for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Why Dubai? Why did you bring Pilates to Dubai?
Because of Shazia. Shazia got married to Abbas, moved here. They both wanted to start something, and yeah, so we're here.
One of your clauses was that she would have to learn Pilates, that she'd have to
most
train
definitely,
and
because
come into.
I always believe that you can only be good at something when you know the inside out of it. And because Shazia didn't come from a fitness background, and she always watched me, doing fitness, and I wanted her to be successful, not dependent on me. I said the only way you're going to open a studio is if you learn Pilates, and also that would motivate her to do it more passionately. And I believe that I am here today because I'm passionate about what I do, and that's the only way you can succeed in life.
How did you know Pilates would be right for Shazia?
Because Pilates is perfect for everyone.
That's amazing. She's spoken about how it was love at first sight.
First experience.
As first experience
Fletcher,
for her in Fletcher, right? And that's brought her so far. And what about for you? What was your aha moment with Pilates?
So I started over 30 years ago. I started as a group fitness instructor. I was never inclined towards fitness, just like Shazia. It was just something that I figured out I was good at. And I said, okay, let's make some pocket money teaching a few people. And my main goal was to be a teacher, kindergarten. And this was just like a sidekick. I started off as a group instructor. I got my own kids. I decided teaching was not for me. I needed to stop teaching. So I said, okay, let me focus more on fitness. Then I became a personal trainer. And after I had my kids, I was always struggling with belly fat. I could never get my stomach back in control. And so I Googled and I said, try to find what would work, on my stomach. And I came across a word called Pilates on the net, and I researched more, found out it works your core. At that time, I thought core was stomach, and I said, okay, this is perfect. Called up the school in California and said, I want to be a Pilates instructor. And they said, what's your experience in Pilates? Zero. You need to have at least a year's experience as a student to be able to be an instructor. And I was like, there's no one in India who teaches Pilates, and there's no way I can get experience. I'll come there and get the experience. And that's how I landed up in California to learn Pilates.
Wow.
My aha moment was, I thought, I've done gym, I've done yoga, I've been an instructor for 15 years. Then I was an instructor for 15 years. And I said, how difficult can something be? And when I did my first chest lift and my first roll up, I almost died. And, after being an instructor for so many years, you think the next thing will be easy. It wasn't. Shazia knows Pilates is a whole different ball game. You have to relearn everything. You have to forget movements that you thought were right because they weren't, and relearn the right way to do things. Luckily, even when I became a personal trainer, I had a really good mentor, and he was always more about form than about, doing an exercise. So my foundation was good. So, yeah, there I was learning Pilates.
So do you train a lot of the celebrities like Alia Bhatt or Deepika Padukone? Do they train Pilates with you?
Of course they do.
Okay, and you set sort of schedules for them and training
so
programs?
In any workout, you train the body in front of you and the needs that the person has, the goals that they're setting out to, achieve. And every workout is different. Every class is different. You adjust according to how a person walks into your studio. You could have the fittest person walking in. They've had a bad night. They're stressed about something. So you adjust your workout according to the body in front of you.
What do you have to say? I'm sure there are a lot of gym bros out there who are watching, looking at Pilates, going, "This is easy. This is something we can totally work on." What do you have to say to them?
Come in for a Pilates class, and then at the end of it, we'll talk.
Have you had moments where you've had?
I think more than them saying this is easy, they're like, this is not for me. Pilates is for women. That's what we hear a lot. And what people don't realize is that Pilates was innovated by a man called Joseph Pilates during World War I for interns who were men in the internment camps. So
That whole
Pilates.
story, and that's
Yeah.
it's our favorite story to tell
Yeah.
because it's like
It was
people
made for
don't
men.
know the history. It was made by a man for men. So when people say it's for women, it's like no, it's really not. Women are the smarter creatures, so we've taken on to it, but it was originally for men.
So I recently watched a viral reel of you online where you saying that, look at me and I can do all of this at 50, right? And that's inspirational. That is amazing. So what age do you think Pilates has an age bracket, or it is for everybody?
Pilates is for anyone from the age of 10 to 100. Age is no barrier. Joseph Pilates used to say, you are as young as your spine is flexible. So the main thing, and that's what we work on in Pilates, is to keep your spine flexible, and then age is just a number.
So shall we move on to our next segment where we're going to learn a bit about the different machines that you have in the studio and how people work with them?
Yes, that's the most exciting part.
Let's do it.
Right. So here we are, and you're going to introduce us to some of the equipment that you have here at the pad.
Yes.
What is this beautiful machine?
So this is the most famous piece of Pilates equipment. It's called the reformer. Everybody comes to Pilates for the reformer. And so we're going to show you a few things that you can do on this cool equipment.
Amazing.
Yeah, so let's start
do
in
it.
a lunge position. Right leg forward, left leg back.
Okay.
And yeah, your hands are just shoulder width apart. Perfect. And then just bend this knee and push the carriage out. Yeah, go deeper, 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 deeper. Keep your chest up, head up, arms straight. And then pull the carriage all the way back in, just to there. That's it. And again, let's press out. And exhale up. Beautiful. Can you feel that stretch in the front of your thigh?
yeah.
And again, press out and up. This time I want you to press out and hold it out, Vanessa. Right here, lift your left arm up to the ceiling and take a nice big stretch to the side and just breathe and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your hand back down. Try and keep that left leg out as you push your right leg and straighten that knee. So try and straighten this knee. There you go. And we hold this stretch here for 6. Keep your head down. 5. Press out even more. 4. That's it. 3, 2, and 1. And you come all the way up. Amazing. So I'm just going to make her do small bits of different things because otherwise we won't have time to get a lot of different things. I can make you do the other side also, but otherwise, no? Okay. From here, you're going to stand up. One leg here and the other leg here. Yeah, so get the leg up here first. The right leg.
Okay.
No, opposite. This right. Yeah, the other right.
The
and
other
facing,
right.
facing there.
Okay.
So stand up and put the other leg on the carriage. There you go. All right, and your hands are on your hips.
Okay.
And you're going to just push the carriage out and open. Keep your eyes up, keep your chest up. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Go out into a split. And exhale to come in. Excellent. And again, pressing out. Keep your hips forward slightly and exhale in. Good. Let's press out and pull in. And again, press out. Hold it out. Open your arms out to a T and then just rotate to the right side. Keep your carriage where it is and rotate to the left side. Beautiful. And again, rotate to the right. And rotate to the left. And then come back all the way in. Place your hands right in front of you and go into a squat. Hold your squat here. Just straighten your left leg to push the carriage out.
Straighten the left
Just
leg?
this way, yeah. So straighten that, yeah. And pull back in. And again, press out. There you go. And pull back in. So just working your legs and your glutes a little bit. Can we feel that?
Yep.
And pull back in. Amazing. Press out. And in. One more. Press out. And pull back in. And we come all the way up. Beautiful.
Wow, that was amazing. You can feel all of your muscles.
Yes. Can come off.
All right.
So the one thing I always say about Pilates is people say, oh, I didn't even know I had a muscle there. We're now going to do what most people come into Pilates for.
Okay.
The best part of Pilates class. You can lie down, head goes there and your hips go here.
Okay.
It's called feet in straps. We're going to put your feet into the straps. So place your feet on the footbar to start with, on it. So push it, push out, all the way out and place your feet into the straps. That's it. And the other. Beautiful. So this is what I was talking to you about earlier as well.
Oh,
yeah?
circles.
Yeah, hands
All
just
right.
down by your sides, legs go straight up to the ceiling. Just here, keep your hips nice and organized. And then open your legs, circle down and close at 45 degrees. So we're going to open your legs,
Okay.
Circle down and close.
Oh, all
Lift.
right.
Open and circle down and close. Good, you can go even lower. Up, open, big circle down, Vanessa. Yes, and up. Exhale to go down. And inhale to come up. Beautiful. 2 more. Exhale down. Now can you imagine doing this on a mat without straps?
Oh, wow.
And lift up. 1 more. Exhale down. And lift up. And from here, press your legs all the way down. Open your feet into a turn out, which is a V position. Yeah, keep your heels together. And from here, you're slightly knock knee. You're going to just bend your knees in towards you. Open them wide. And exhale, press back out to the middle. It's called a frog. Bend your knees in. And exhale, press back out. Good. Keep your heels together the whole time. Bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend just to here. That's it. Exhale, extend. 2 more like that. Bend. Exhale, extend. Last one, you bend. And exhale, extend. Keep your legs straight, parallel to each other. Lift your legs straight up. Go even, keep your knees straight. Go even further back, further back, further back. Hold. Now can you actively lift your legs up, lift your hips up. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Hold it right there. Beautiful. Can you keep your hips where they are and bend your knees in towards your chest? Bend your knees in towards your chest. Hold it there. Keep your feet where they are and roll your spine down. Roll, 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 roll. And then press your legs out to 45 degrees again. Down, down, down. Press down. So press your legs down to 45. This is 45. Let's try that again. Okay?
Okay.
Legs up. Go all the way back. Lift, 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 lift. Hold it there. Keep your hips where they are. Bend your knees to your chest. Stay. Keep your feet where they are. Roll your spine down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Stretch those legs. And then press the legs out to 45 degrees. Beautiful. How's that feeling? Wow. Last one. Lift up. Go all the way up. Stretch to the top. All the way, even higher, even higher, even higher. There it is. Bend your knees in towards your chest. Hold it right here. And then slowly roll your spine down without moving the carriage first. And then press all the way out. Nice. So now we're going to move on to this equipment. It's called the chair. And I always say the smaller the equipment gets, the harder it gets. So the first thing we're going to do on the chair is called pikes.
Okay.
You're going to have your hands forward. You're going to step onto the chair on your toes. You're going to round your spine up. And you're just going to pike your hips to lift the pedal up. And slowly down. Up and down. Let's try.
So curved spine.
Yes, absolutely. That's how you're going to activate your core. Place your hands down. Step onto it, feet together. All the way together. Yeah, and hands slightly forward. Oh, there you go. Go all the way down to start with. Hold on. Okay. Now first round your spine up to the ceiling. So look at your belly button. Round your spine up even more, even more. There it is. Now hold this as you lift your pedal up. Lift up. Very nice. Slowly down. Don't touch the floor.
Oh.
Lift up. Control down. Don't touch the floor. Down, 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 down. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's it. And go back up. And go back down. And if you're shaking, that's a good thing. And lift back up. Inhale down. And exhale up. You got it. 2 more, Vanessa. Down. And up. Last one. Down. Lift up to stay. And small pulses up for 5. Higher 4. Up and down 3. Up and down 2. Up and down. Last one. And relax all the way down. Nice work.
That was a lot of work on you.
A lot of core. Some lunges.
Fun.
On the chair.
On the chair?
Yeah. So step onto the chair.
Okay.
Again, hands in the front. Just push it, put the pedal all the way down. Right leg up.
Okay.
Up, 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 up. Yeah, place it here. Now get your hands off. I'm right here. You're not going to fall. Hands are just right here in front of you.
Okay.
And imagine I got you here and said, Vanessa, now you got to step up, but the pedal is going to help you. There you go. That's it. And go back down. That's it. And go back up. And you're not allowed to touch. And go back down. Keep your eyes up. That's it. Go back up. Beautiful. Back down. 4 more. And down. 3 more. And down. Keep that glute strong. 2 more. And last one. Come halfway down and give me small pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. Good job. Careful, don't step off. Yeah, that happens.
All right.
You have to do the other leg.
Other leg.
And lift up. control down. Lift up. Slowly, that's it. All the way up. And yes. And lift. And 4 more, Vanessa. Squeeze this glute to go up. And for 3, don't forget to breathe. For 2. And last 1, halfway down. And give me pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax all the way down. Nice work. Wow. Amazing. How's that feeling?
That was so good.
Fantastic. We'll end
Yep.
with a quick stretch. So I want you to just sit right here with your leg out to the side.
Okay.
Yeah, and your arms go out to a T. I'll just come in front of you. And you're going to take a side bend, place this hand on the pedal and reach the other hand over, go into it, press the pedal down. Press, press, press and stretch. Keep that other leg on the floor, yeah? And then you lift all the way up, place the hand on the opposite hip and do a counter stretch. And lift up. And side bend over, stretch that leg away from the hand. Nice. And lift up. And do a counter stretch. 1 more like that. Lift up. And side bend and stretch. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. And up. And do a counter stretch. And you can switch sides. And you can side bend and reach. Lift. And counter stretch. Just keep that hip down. And come all the way up and relax. For the last one, you can come off. Just lie down with your belly button at the front edge of the chair. So you're come forward more. Yeah, place your hands on the pedal. Press the pedal down and look right in between your hands. So keep your head down, right? Keep the pedal slightly lifted, love. Yeah. Shoulders down your back. From here, you're going to lift your head, lift your chest, lift your shoulders, come up into extension. And exhale, go back down just to here. And lift back up into extension. And point your toes, reach your legs long. And lift up. And pull your belly in to go down, yeah, to go down. And you can slowly come off. Nice work.
Thank you.
How are we feeling?
That was amazing. I would definitely recommend everyone to come try a
Yes.
class because you don't. I think I fell in love a little bit, just like you said.
I'm
this
glad.
This is definitely my first time, but it's a workout for sure, and it teaches you things about your body you didn't know.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So
thank you so much for trying it
this.
and for coming over. I really appreciate you.
Thank you
and-
for having us.
Yes.
So that's another episode of The Fix by CurryFit. Thank you for tuning in with us and keep coming back for more.